I regularly hear job seekers say, I'm a doer, not a talker. I am not good at interviewing, but if you just put me on the job, you'll see how awesome I am. And I totally get the sentiment behind this. Interviews are annoying, they're time consuming, it takes a lot of time to prep for them, they feel really vulnerable sometimes. But I want to offer a different perspective to hopefully help you think a little bit differently about interviews and approach them a little bit differently. And that is, interviews are risk assessments. If you put yourself in the shoes of a hiring manager, it is very, very expensive, both in terms of money and in terms of time, to bring somebody on to the team and then to train them. There is a lot of risk involved in that, right? They're putting the money into recruiting them, the time into interviewing a bunch of people, actually offering you something. But then it also takes a lot of time and energy to train somebody. And the big risk when you're hiring somebody is that they're not going to be who they said that they are on paper. Right? Imagine you hire somebody just off of their resume, and their resume shows all these amazing accomplishments. You go through the whole interview process. It takes you months to interview different people. You say no to all the top contenders except this one person, and then you train them up. And then after 90 days, you realize, oh my gosh, I don't think they have any of these skills. I think they probably took credit for other people's work or overrepresented themselves on their resume. Or maybe they have all those skills, but they're crappy to work with, right? And then you have to decide, oh my gosh, I'm gonna either keep this person on my team or I have to fire them. And by the way, firing people sucks if you've ever had to do it. Hiring managers actually take on a lot of risk themselves when they bring somebody onto the team, and interviews are the best way to actually assess that risk. This is one of the only interactions that they get to have with you before they bring you on. And so this is when they get to really dive in and figure out, are you who you say you are? Did you deliver all those results? And what is it like to work with you? So yeah, while it would be nice to live in a world where somebody just gives us a job in 30 days to prove ourselves, you got to remember that's a really big risk. It is extremely risky for a hiring manager to just bring somebody on without having a conversation with them, getting to know them better as a worker, as an employee, as a person, and actually validating like, hey, are you who you claim to be? That's a really big risk, and interviews help mitigate that. I hope this was a helpful reframe, and if it did resonate with you, I would really appreciate it if you could share it out with somebody else.